Good morning, Greece. Good morning, Vanna. Good morning, Emmy. Well, it's morning here in New York City. It's afternoon in Athens. We're very excited to be speaking with you today, and we are recording this Zoom call because we do want to share it with our audience. The first thing I wanted to do was we've never done a virtual check presentation before, but we were very proud to be able to support the ELIZA Society with a $5,000 check the other day, which I understand you received. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We here in the United States and Canada, and we did receive donations from throughout the world this time. We're very honored to be able to support the fine work that you're doing. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. We've been hearing a lot about abuse in Greece lately. The Olympic athlete came out a few weeks ago and made some allegations against abuse, sexual abuse. It's been snowballing in Greece the last few weeks. We've been hearing more and more, primarily women coming out of the woodwork, talking about their respective experiences with all forms of abuse, with sexual abuse, with abuse in the workplace. And you know, one of the things that I kept coming back to every time I read one story or another, and this isn't a Greek reality, this is a reality everywhere. There's abuse everywhere. It's prevalent here in the United States. It's prevalent all over the world. But I kept thinking about the children. You know, these women, thank God they have the courage now to come out and share their stories. And I always think about kids, and kids haven't had that evolution yet to be able to stand up at a press conference. Who's going to listen to a 5-year-old kid who's being abused? And I wanted to ask both of you, based on your experience with this and the fine work that ELIZA does, is child abuse very prevalent in Greece? And can you give us a little bit of a background first on the issues of abuse and the things that you face, and then specifically with ELIZA itself and the work that you're doing?
First of all, we have to thank you. We want to thank you. We appreciate what you've done for us. Every donation is honor what we do, and of course goes to children, to our programs, and to the communication campaigns that, against child abuse. Nowadays, we believe that our goal is zero tolerance against to child abuse, because this is the target. We look at adults, not to the children, because even if children had the chance to speak up, to be in front of an audience and talk about abuse, they wouldn't. Because children don't realize what happens to them. They don't. That's why they can survive. Because even if it is sexual abuse or physical abuse or even sentimental abuse, a child cannot understand if this that happens to the child happens to other children as well. If his case or her case is different from all other children. And of course, most of the times this abuse comes from the family or from the close environment of the child. And the child loves the family, wants to belong to this family, cannot go away, feels insecure if this happens. So I want you to understand that we give voice to the child, but the voice that we think the child needs, because it will never speak to us.
Vanna, what are some of the statistics that you believe about the prevalence of child abuse?
Of sexual abuse, I think it's 1 out of 5 children in
Wow.
Greece. Yes. And in abuse, generally physical and sentimental, 1 out of 2.
Wow.
So, and not only in Greece, I think in Balkan, all over Balkan, because it based on research, Beckham research. I think it's Beckham research that the outcomes.
Exactly. It's from a Balkan survey. And the other thing that it's very important to mention regarding sexual abuse is what Vanna said before, that 9 out of 10 times it comes from someone that the child knows, trusts, even loves. It's not, from a stranger that we may meet outside at the playground.
So can we address some specific things that ELIZA has done and is doing in Greece? We've shared the story of ELIZA and why the organization was founded on our website. I'm very interested in hearing specifically about some of your projects. Was excited to see the facilities that you've created at the hospitals, and you plan on doing more. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So ELIZA was established here in Greece in 2008. We receive no state funding, so we depend solely on public for the continuation of our work. And from the funds that we receive from foundations and private donors and companies, of course. Our work is based on 3 strategic pillars. The one has to do with the creation of hospital units. In Greece, there is no what we say in other places of the world, a child advocacy center. So we created the first child safety care unit here in Greece at Kyriakou Athens Children's Hospital back in 2018. And now we're in the process of creating the second hospital unit at Attikon University Hospital. What we've also managed to do is train 5,000 professionals all over Greece into the recognition and proper management of cases where there is suspected abuse, either physical or what we've done is related to physical abuse so far. So we've trained 5,000 professionals, judges, prosecutors, police officers, physicians, nurses. And currently we're in the process of designing 2 new programs, one for physical abuse and a new one for sexual abuse, all over Greece for physicians and nurses. Also, we teach children ages 5 to 9 how to protect themselves from sexual abuse. We work closely with the New York Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. This is a program that we run into schools, and we teach children the difference between a safe and a no safe touch. And at the same time, we train their parents and their teachers. All of our work is done in close cooperation with the second pediatric department from the medical school here in Athens, and under the guidance of the medical schools of Yale and Dartmouth College. And this is very important for us because in this way we can take the successful, let's say, cases from the US and adapt them here in Greece. And finally, we try to reach out to every citizen through the campaigns, the campaigns that Vanna mentioned before. And of course, with our new site, which was launched this November. And we try to have there many scientific data and guidelines and, practical tips for parents and professionals.
This all sounds remarkable, and congratulations on the work you're doing. I'm thrilled that you're partnering with two prestigious academic institutions here in the United States, and we will continue to share that. Is the Yale and Dartmouth information on your website and how you collaborate with these two institutions?
Yes, of course they are.
So everybody watching this video can go to the ELIZA Society website.
Yeah, it's www.eliza.org.gr.
Perfect.
And there you can find everything in English as well.
Oh, everything's in English too.
Yeah, of course.
That's great. So, I just want to wrap things up by letting you know that thanks to the generosity of our donors, we have two athletes that are currently training and running for our Team Greek America, and all of their funds will be going to ELIZA. We have other people in the pipeline also. We're still supporting the other charities equally. We're very proud of the 5 children's charities. Our Children of Greece campaign was created in 2019 because we believe that the most vulnerable members of Greek society, of any society, are the children. Oftentimes they don't have a voice. They're in environments, the way you mentioned, where they don't realize what's going on because the person abusing them is a loved one. So we're very proud of what you're doing. We would like to continue supporting, God willing, with the support of our donors and members throughout the country and throughout Canada as well. We'll continue doing this. If either of you have any final words you'd like to share with everybody watching this video, please do so, and we'll bid you off with a kalimera for you.
I would like to add that sexual abuse or physical or sentimental abuse is not a trend. It's not something to show on TV, or it's not something to discuss just for gossip. It's something that happens every day. It happens to a lot of people all around the world. And when it happens to children, the vulnerability is so huge that we have to be very tender, we have to be very close to children and to be very precise when we talk about abuse to children. And children don't speak, but when they become adults, they can go out and speak in public. So this is very important for us to have a lot of people that had been abused when they were children, and they can speak up and talk about how they felt. So let's say that
survivors. Yeah.
Yes,
that's how
they are survivors. And they give us inspiration to go on, to fight for the children.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emmy.
What I'd like to add is that we should all keep in mind that a child can overcome its trauma as long as there is an adult there for him or her. One adult is enough. So.
And hopefully we can continue supporting the fine work of ELIZA, so there will be more than one adult there. There will be many, many, many adults there to help these children. Thank you all for talking to us.
Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Thank you.
It's really important for us.
We'll keep doing more, and hopefully many of our donors will come through and support the work that we're doing. And our athletes and runners, we have one athlete doing a marathon. We have another athlete that's doing, believe it or not, 100-mile race in November. And he has started his fundraising. Yeah, he's an endurance runner. and he'll be doing a 100-mile race. So hopefully you'll be able to cheer him on also along the way. He'll be sharing his training videos along the way.
Wonderful.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Καλή συνέχεια, καλό
Thank
απόγευμα, χαιρετισμούς από τη Νέα Υόρκη. We really love what you guys are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank
Take
you.
care.